Thank you, Rick Beato. Why? What? How can I hear you through the phone? I can hear you. You're talking. It's like Dora. Anyways, thank you, Rick Beato. I know, Rick. I'm just talking. Just me and you. Got a guy. Anyways, Rick, thank you. And you might be wondering why. Let's look. Here we go. What is this? What is that? Wait, what is that? I clickbaited. That's the way you make videos on YouTube. I took Rick's face and I wrote the word wrong and I said Rick Beato is wrong. Oh my god, it's drama. It's dramatic. The actual content of the video, if you're curious, Rick made a video called, what was it? The Death of Music Genres. And I just went through and I was just kind of like, I kind of responded to some of the things he said. And basically he was like, oh, everyone's got an algorithm that shows them exactly what they want. And if anyone has ever been on Spotify, you know that actually it doesn't. And that's the most frustrating part. It just gives you like what other people are listening to. And a lot of times it's really bad and completely irrelevant to you. It's vaguely related to the same genres that you could be, said to like. It's like awful. It doesn't do that. And so there's just lots of things like that. He's like, genres don't exist because like people are combining genres. And it's just like, that's how genres were created to begin with. Like, rap metal. What do you think I combined? Rap and metal. But no disrespect to Rick, but he was just like saying all these things, and it was a quick little video that he clickbaited where it's like the death of music genre. And I was like, it'd be really funny if I said Rick Beato was wrong. And I clickbaited it with this thumbnail. And that was the first serious video I did on YouTube that wasn't just me uploading a podcast. That the reason I did the podcast, or I do it, is to talk to people and to get to meet people and to network and to connect. But they don't get any views. As we will now see in the YouTube analytics panel, we can see that when I do the podcasts, these are my top videos by views in the last couple weeks. And you can see none of these are podcasts. None of them. Or this one is, and it's 65 views. But that's because Ravine, my guest, who's awesome, has a bunch of fans, and he literally messaged it and reached out to everyone, all of his fans, and they all came and they supported. And even then, it's 65. So the podcasts I do, which I have been doing for the last, couple of years, aren't to, grow stuff. You know what I mean? But this was my first real YouTube video I've done in a while. On December 20th, you can see Rick Beato is wrong. And so why am I yapping? Bro is yapping. He says, thank you, Rick Beato, because Rick Beato understands that I'm clickbaiting. If you watch this video, he understands, oh, Connor actually is a big fan of Rick Beato and everything he does. He doesn't have anything critical to say. Instead, he's just, contributing his experiences and all of the people he's talked to, including some of these bands and, things that are up and coming, and giving context to kind of where he's like, oh, I think you're just uninformed here, right? Because you're a smart guy and you have very nuanced takes, and I appreciate what you have to say. I hope I can add some information, and you can tell me if you think that makes sense or doesn't make sense, or if you're like, no, you're just cherry picking, like you just, whatever. But basically, the video is not contentious, but the clickbait, everyone thinks, oh my God, it's going to be salacious, it's going to be gossip, right? But it's not. But what it did do was let me get 1.2 thousand views, which was really inspiring, 7 subscribers new, 61 watch hours, and let's see, reach and engagement. It basically let me know, if I make YouTube videos, people will watch. And so thank you, Rick. You inspired me to make YouTube videos. So thank you, Rick. What is the main point of this video outside of saying thank you to Rick? Oh, basically learn that clickbait, you are clickbaited by things. And if you ever were wondering why people do clickbait, look here. I get 1,000 views where I said Rick Beato was wrong with a photo of Rick Beato and says wrong. Second one, 2,000 views. The day after, he lied about everything. It's Anthony Fantano. So people go, oh my God, Anthony Fantano lied about everything. Here, next video to crack 1,000 is Fred Durst face and says liar. He lied about everything. And this one, once again, oh, and here we go. Fantano wrong again. That one's a little more. Basically, it seems in most of Fantano's reviews, he does not talk about how good the music is or how bad the music is. He just talks about if it's underground, instantly makes it cool. If it's mainstream, instantly makes it not cool. And then from there, basically, he'll talk about what was the cultural impact. How did it affect society? How did it affect where we were at? And he's not actually talking about the music. He's just talking about the context, which is great. But I think if you say a record's good because it had an impact, that's like saying, oh, it's going to rain because the ground is wet. You're like, no. The ground is wet because it rained. Because the album had cultural impact, it was good. You're like, no. One of the reasons it had a cultural impact was because it was good. So, anyways, okay, I'm already getting heated. Not the point of this video. The point is, with this one, I literally just was like, it was a joke. I was scrolling on Twitter, and someone posted a video of Fred Durst on stage saying, I did not do it for the Nookie. I never did. And then they go into Nookie. It's a clip from one of their concerts. And I go, oh my God, he lied. I believed him. I believed Fred that he did it for the Nookie this whole time. It's a joke. It's a joke that I believe Fred. And then I scroll and there's a tweet saying that Fred got eaten by a pelican last month. And I went, oh my God, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just joking around. And then I kept scrolling on Twitter and I saw one where it was like 7 days before that, someone tweeted, Fred Durst, Joe Biden just pardoned Fred Durst. And I was like, oh my God, no. Right after getting pardoned, he got eaten. No. And then I clicked the pelican photo, and underneath it, someone posted Slipknot frontman Corey Taylor eaten by pelican. It's the exact same pelican. I go, no, not again. And so I'm just joking. So clearly, and so let's see how many subscribers this one gave me. This is once again, I brought you in with a clickbait title about thank you, Rick Beato. And now I made the video about something kind of educational and fun, or I don't know, fun for me, hopefully fun for you. I mean, at least entertaining. You're getting to hear me yap, making you not think about the things you're trying not to think about. Oh no, you're not even thinking about them because I said not to think about it, and it doesn't matter. Anyways, 6 subscribers. Beato video got me 7. You can see there's a pattern here. And all the comments on this one were like people just joking around. Let's see. Man, let's pull him up. He may have not done it for the Nookie, and he may not break things, but I guarantee he's still rolling. Let's see. Oh, this one. I see you trying to get big. This video is stupid. I'm going to block this channel. That one's funny. But, you mean he didn't want to break stuff? No! I have a feeling you like hearing your own voice. Ah, yes, quite astute. I turned this video off in 1 second. Yay, thanks YouTube for putting this on my feed. This person liked the meme. I want to sue you in small claims court for fire, effing with my algorithm, posting this cringy BS. I can literally not stand anything about you. Let's go. Insert kissy emoji here. So this is great too, because see, here's the thing. Speech therapy. I beat speech therapy. I fought speech therapy. I'm the main boss of speech therapy. You can understand that. No, so the point here was that I want to sue you in small claims court for screwing my algorithm. Okay, so these comments, they're all, people like raging out. Some of them, most, a lot of, not most. This video is pretty funny. This is like talking to my little brother. He goes, an hour a day actively increases your brain cells. And then I think he said something later, if I remember, he goes, no, I actually like my brother. That was a compliment. Or someone did. One of these people, love the brother energy. Here we go. Rolling. But all pretty positive so far. The Fantano videos is people being like, oh, da, da, da. Now with that one, I think the problem is, I think Fantano's fan base, I'll put it this way. There's a reason I haven't watched Fantano in years, is because when I click on to Fantano to see what he thinks of an album I like, he goes, oh, well, it's the cultural impact, and then if it's a good record, he goes, well, it's bad because it's popular, even though it's good. But because it's popular, and it's not hipster, and it didn't have any cultural impact except for just being really good music, it's not good. It's not good. Fantano says, not good. And I'm like, okay, that's the wrong way to approach music. So I stopped watching his videos. The only people who would continue to watch his videos, i.e. the people who are trained when they see a Fantano in the thumbnail, they go, oh, let me click. The people who are going to come to his defense when the video says Fantano wrong, who are watching the video just to see what I said is wrong so they can fight against it, those people are the people who enjoy hearing Fantano say, well, does it pass the hipster smell test? Is it hipster enough for me? And so these people are not looking at music from the same way I do. That's the whole reason I made the video, is that the real reason is I wanted to clickbait Fantano again, because I thought it'd be fun. And I saw him review Frizzle Fried. I was like, there's no way he gave it a positive review, even though it's good. But he did. And so at the end, I was like, well, what is wrong about this? Because something was irking me as I'm watching the video and reviewing it. I'm like, what is wrong about this? I go, oh, he barely talked about the music. He would say searing guitar leads and thumping bass as he talks about the bass depopulation in Europe or the San Francisco Bay. You're just like, that's not why the song's good. The bass depopulation method and your like entry-level journalism vocabulary to describe it. Love you, peace, love, do your thing. But I interpret music and I engage with music on a different way then. The way I engage with music is it good, is it bad? If this Primus album was as popular as the Black Album by Metallica, I bet you he would have said it was bad. And the reason he would have said it was bad, he would have said, oh, well, it's overrated. And yeah, the cultural impact it had was making rock seem like a joke. And rock is really a dead art form. This is really the example of it. How could something like this be popular? It's so weird and quirky. I don't believe that Fantano gives things reviews based off their merit or how good they are and how enjoyable they are. First off, merit is subjective, but he doesn't seem to even try and give his own subjective opinion on if it's good because of the quality. He likes to give autobiographical facts and say, based off of that, is it hipster enough or is it, pushing forward culture? It's like, I don't care if it was pushing forward culture. I care if it's good. Before I learned, the Misfits were pushing forward culture or they were like part of some cultural context, I liked the song Where Eagles Dare, and I was like, that was really good. It came on a playlist. Done. Weezer's first 2 records are impeccable. They're perfect. Do I think they pushed forward culture much? Probably not in the ways that Fantano would say, or like transformed or challenged power structures or whatever. More peace to you. But that's not talking about the content of the music. That's talking about the surroundings, the circumstances, which is fine. But I disagree with that. And so the whole reason I'm bringing this up is the people who like Fantano, the people who are going to click on a video with Fantano, the people who are trained, not even like literally, but just like as a reflex, I click when I see his face on YouTube and a thumbnail, click. Those people, they don't engage with music the way I do, because if they did, they'd click off his videos. They wouldn't watch them. They wouldn't be the people. The people that stay clicking his videos and build that habit are the people who are hipster like him, or they don't even have an opinion on music. They don't listen to music like that. They just go off of if it's popular. Oh, Drake's popular. I like it. Like, what? Taylor Swift's popular. I like Love Story because there's catchy Taylor Swift songs and they're awesome and I'd love to cover them. Like, that's why. But then there's Taylor Swift songs I don't like. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm not going to talk about the cultural significance of why a Taylor Swift song is good or bad. It's good or it's bad. These are the people who don't do that. They're just like, nope. I got to outsource my thinking, or that's my understanding of Fantano fans. If you like Fantano's reviews, do you think I'm totally getting this wrong? Tell me in the comments. And try your best not to be disparaging. But if you haven't engaged with Fantano, or if you've clicked some of his videos and you're like, they're kind of like, get the sense where it's not vapid, but it really does feel surface level in the sense that he's just looking at the cultural context, everything around the music, not the music. He's looking at the background, not the foreground. The foreground is the record. Review the foreground. But instead, he's like the context, the lyrics, the symbolism. Unlike some Primus songs are enjoyed best by not thinking about what they're saying. Enjoy the music. Sometimes you want to enjoy what they're saying. Sometimes it's a Bob Dylan song you want to listen to the lyrics. I was the man, and I was the moon, and the moon was the man, and I'm Bob Dylan, yeah. Like, nothing wrong with that. But if I just talked about the culture, here's what it is. You want to know a bad argument to convince someone to listen to Bob Dylan or check him out is to say, he's culturally significant. You go, oh, is the music good? You're like, well, he's culturally significant. You're like, what are you talking about? 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 People told me the Beatles were culturally significant, and as a kid, I just said, I don't like the Beatles. It wasn't until I was like in high school and like playing instruments, or I was playing cello in friggin' elementary school, but I wasn't playing in a rock band and picking up guitar until middle school. And then I listened to the Beatles. I was like, this is awesome. Because cultural significance as an argument, I think, just infuriated me so much because I'm like, no, tell me about the music. Tell me about the frickin' music. No one did. And if they did, they played the poppiest Beatles song ever. I'm like, I am Connor O'Farrell, host of The Rock Show with Connor O'Farrell. If it does not rock, I don't particularly care as much, or it's not as compelling. If you want to convince me something's good, show me them rocking out. I interviewed Mike Goodman from Eggy. You know why I was excited to talk to Eggy? Though they have popular songs, guess what they do? First off, those ones are really catchy like Taylor Swift. Even if they don't rock out, they're really good, really awesome songs. Same with the Beatles songs. But they do rock out. They do rip. They do go. He shreds the bass. I don't mean just that he like plays infinite notes. I mean like he gets in groove. He gets the pocket. He gets boom. If he needs to, he's funky. He's got boom, ba doom, ba doom. He has a like the octave stuff. Like, oh my god, it's so good. But if they do what they need to. But the whole thing is, I like the content of their music. I didn't like the historical context. I might hear about someone because they're culturally relevant, but I'm not going to listen to them or say I like them or say their album was good because it was culturally relevant. I don't know how culturally relevant Eggy's album they just put out last year, Waiting Game, was, but it was good. The first song, Laurel, really good. The third song, Smile, incredible. Super fun. Super kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's super fun. And the last song, Gentle Clown. I don't know me, my gentle clown. I'm not doing it justice, but it's like so catchy it's stuck in my head is what I'm saying. And so I don't know how culturally significant that record is, but it's good. That's why I said it's good. And so what I'm learning is I'm attracting maybe not the wrong audience, but I'm getting a lot of attention from the Fantano videos, and it's easy pickings because he is such. My taste and his taste are perpendicular. They're at 90 degrees. He says it's good. I say that way. I wouldn't even say opposed, because that's like saying, well, if it's not culturally significant, it's good, and for you, if it's culturally significant, it's good, versus my taste in music and his taste. We're not even evaluating the same things. He's evaluating cultural significance. I'm evaluating if I think the music's good. If I think the music's so good. And so that's where I like the Rick Beato viewers, because I made the one Rick Beato video, and then my buddy over here, Bear Knox, who also makes music, he hit me up and then said, hey, and he gave paragraph in the DMs on Instagram. I was like, this is fascinating. I went back and forth, and after like 5 messages of like 100,000 words, I was like, wait, why don't you just come on the podcast and let's just talk? And it was awesome. And that video, of course, got no views. But I got to make friends with Bear Knox. He's awesome. We talked about so much stuff. We talked about music. We talked about rock. We talked about we talked about working out, because he owns a gym. He's a gym owner. That's his main thing. He has a studio. He lives in North Carolina. It was super cool. We talked about Rick and Beato. We talked about the new era of rock music. I don't think it's the death of genre era, the post-genre era. I think it's the podcast era. That's the era. So, Rick, that's the era. But likewise, this all happened by making Rick Beato a video. So the reason I'm saying thank you, Rick, is when I say Rick Clickbait, everyone is nice and fun and insightful and inquisitive and awesome to talk to. When I do Anthony Fantano Clickbait, they are otherwise, though similar views. And look here, this video has only been up for like 2 days, 5 subscribers plus, and 1,000 views. Rick Beato wrong. 7 subscribers from the same 1,000 views. Statistically significant, maybe not. But way less hate comments. Way less hate comments. Let's see, he lied about everything. So here I talk about Anthony Fantano talking about the punk rock NBA. And the funny thing is, Anthony Fantano made a video called He Lied About Everything, the exact same title, but he had a photo of Finn McKenty from the punk rock NBA. Stretched out, the punk rock NBA. Anthony Fantano. And he writes, he lied about everything, which is an inaccurate statement. It's not true. He did not lie about everything. Actually, Finn McKenty was straight up. He was open, honest, and transparent. And you, Mr. Fantano, you lied. And it seems that Fantano finds him morally reprehensible. But just because Fantano says Finn McKenty was a man who made a YouTube channel talking about music, and then later went on and said, the channel got successful, I made a bunch of money, I only did it for the money, and now that I'm not doing it for the money anymore, I don't like you, you guys are all toxic, and I'm sick of music, and I don't even like music, I never liked music. Fantano goes, he lied. I say, dude, if you watched any of his videos, I watched his videos for like 5 years straight. In every video, he would go like, if it's like, the rise and fall of Limp Bizkit, he would mention like, oh yeah, fans say they fell off here and this album wasn't that good. But I don't like any of their music, so I have no way of knowing. I don't like any of this. I don't like most of the bands I talk about. He would say that in like half the videos. He'd talk about System of a Down and Faith No More, and he would be like, yeah, I don't like them. He would talk about Green Day. He'd be like, I don't like this band either. He would say it in every video. He didn't lie about anything. But you don't like the guy. Fair. That's up to you. But then Fantano goes on a whole rant about, oh, I don't like his morals, and I've got my set of beliefs. And you're like, okay, but that doesn't mean he lied. And also, it's like, if you're trying to say I should be upset at this guy and you're trying to convince me of that, bringing in your own morals instead of appealing to my morals is not going to convince me. It's going to alienate me. Because with any significantly large group of people, they have different opinions and different morals and different worldviews. And so if you just try and relate everything to your worldviews and how you see things, and that's how you attack everyone else, inherently, the farther you go, you're going to alienate people. That's the funny thing. Though most people agree on most things, the farther you go in what you believe and who you are and your views, after a certain level of expression, it becomes guaranteed that you're going to disagree with someone. I would say, statistically speaking, if there's 8 billion people in the world, I wouldn't be surprised if the odds that you agree exactly 100% on everything with one person is 0. Or if you said, what are the odds that 10 people agree on literally everything with you in the world? And because here's the thing, too. You don't even agree with yourself. Like, as an individual, you and me, we don't agree with ourselves 5 years from now. Think about 5 years ago, okay? Were there things you didn't agree with? Seriously. There are things you're like, wow, I would do things differently if I knew then what I know now, I would have done things differently. Guess what? That's going to be you 5 years from now as well. Yeah. So we don't even agree with ourselves day to day. Day to day, the change is so small we don't notice, but year to year, it's obvious, and especially 5 to 10 years apart, you can really tell that you are a different person, different beliefs. All this is to say, I feel like the Fantano viewers, a larger percent of them are inflammatory in the negative direction. Well, I guess inflammatory. They're kind of, they like to attack very low, maybe on conscientiousness, or maybe they just want to like yell at people on YouTube and they want to be nasty. But the nice thing is, I'm going to make a video after this called Thank You Fantano. You know why? Because they comment and they like. And the people who don't like it, they spread it out to the people who do like it. And what do the people who do like it do? They follow. They follow. They subscribe. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? They follow. So the bad people, or the people that are like yelling at you, they show you to the right people. And it's like not the wrong people. And well, like Jordan Peterson, he would say, well, like if you look at the archetypal underpinnings of it all, and it's like, well, a lot of my Canadian relatives, they're from Canada. They're from Toronto. And so, well, they talk like this. And it's like, well, frankly, now I'm getting crazy with the accent, but the whole point is to say, I've got a lot of relatives. What was I even saying? Oh no, the whole idea that the bad people push you out to the right people, or the people who are, giving all these negative comments, it's engagement, and it sends you out in the YouTube algorithm. And this is why I've been posting on a lot of these platforms. The one that works the best is YouTube. You know why? You post a video, it gets shown to lots of people. They actually see you, they actually respond, they have considerate things to say. So if you like this video, like the video. If you have any thoughts on this, comment in the comments. Rick, appreciate you watching, Rick. Thank you for all of the clickbait. Subscribe, please. Please, puppy dog. Anyways, please. And as always, if you like early Arctic Monkeys, you like Green Day, you like The Strokes, you like Franz Ferdinand, you like Nirvana, you like Oingo Boingo, you like anything new wave, and you like classic rock, you like Black Sabbath, check out Black Licorice, my band. This is our single, Down the Drain. We another banger idea, let's go. Get addicted to nicotine. My voice is kind of going, but that's that single, and this is getting closer. It's put a feeling in me. Rashly, I'll write you hate in spite and that's in me. Oh, my voice is going, my heavens. Also, here is a cool 9 Inch Nails poster. If you guys like to see that 9 Inch Nails poster, this is what you get for watching this long of the video. Comment 9 Inch Nails poster was cool if you made it this far. Also, I got my Oingo Boingo poster, but I want to pull that out. Also, surprise for you, I'm wearing shorts right now. I didn't put on the pants for this outfit. I didn't feel like it. I kind of want to go in the hot tub. Yes. Anyways, last but not least, I have a website called newrockdynasty.com. It's a multi-band fan. Band. If you have a band, if you're a rock person, you don't need to make your own website. You don't need to make a Patreon and put stuff on there that no one sees. You don't need to make an email list. You don't need to make a website. You don't need to make an email list. You don't need to make a band. You don't need to pay all this money and do all this stuff and end up in the spam box of someone or fight the algorithm on Instagram to your followers. You don't see, maybe 1 out of 30 things you post. Instead, go to newrockdynasty.com. You can make your own website. You can sell your merch right there on the friggin' thing. You can talk to your fans, have discussions, have forums. It's not Reddit. There's no people meddling. There's no foreign influence because they're trying to determine a friggin' election and all this stuff. It's just a website where people are talking rock music and bands are talking to each other and talking to fans. And fans, if you want to write a blog about music and interview people, go on there. Find the people, newrockdynasty.com. I'm also thinking of doing a giant thing where it's like SNL meets Woodstock 99 meets the WWE, where I want to throw a giant, crazy pay-per-view concert where we've got some like huge bands like the Black Keys and maybe Goose, who's a jam band, and like a lot of these bands, but then get a bunch of smaller bands, right? And have them all play a couple songs. In between, you would have comedians come out and do sketches. So hopefully you get someone huge like Bert Kreischer or Dave Chappelle. And you get these people, and you get also smaller up-and-coming comedians, and you get all of them to do all these sketches, and they can do things. It's going to be live and uncensored for like $5 or something, or $2, whatever we can make it. And we'll get like Monster to sponsor it, or whoever, Liquid Death, and we'll get a bunch of sponsors to help us throw the thing. And so it'll be live, uncensored for like $2 on the website, on probably like New Rock Dynasty or somewhere. And then if you want it censored, with the sketches censored and stuff, half an hour on delay, half an hour later, it'll be going live on YouTube and on Twitch and all these other places. So that's something I'm working towards, trying to get bands put together for that. So if you want to do that, go to newrockdynasty.com. Come talk to me. Talk to me in the comments. Talk to me on Instagram. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and stay around. Click right here for the video. There's a video right here, and here. There's a video. Seriously, trust me. There's a video. You see that? That's me. It's saying subscribe. Anyways, subscribe. Click a video. Thank you.